Like I said yesterday, I saw Black Widow, and Black Widow is okay. It's got some great action moments. Florence Pugh is perfection, but Loki is fantastic. Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix. My name is Chris Wong. Today we got to see the Titans Season 3 trailer, and I'm really kind of liking it. Even though Donna Troy died in the last season, we know she wasn't dead. We've seen her in the behind the scenes look, and she does show up in the trailer. We see all the characters as well, but the highlights are Barbara Gordon's first appearance.
Barbara?
Welcome back to Gotham, Dick.
We finally get to see her. She is in the wheelchair, but she's not playing Oracle. She's actually Commissioner Gordon. And probably the biggest takeaway from this trailer is Kieran Walters as Jason Todd. He finally, quote-unquote, dies, and you get a glimpse of Joker and his laugh. But they do take you through the process of the death of Robin, but really shortly after in the trailer you see Red Hood right away. And for comic fans, we already know that's Jason Todd. They're trying to play it off as a mystery throughout this season, and that's cool because that's how it was. But it does look like Red Hood's going to be the main villain of this season.
Batman's gone. Gotham. It's mine now.
Now we do know Blackfire shows up, but we don't really get to see her too much, and they don't focus on her at all. But at least we get to see Corey Star Sapphire in her new outfit as well. Gar is green, that's great, we need more of that. Raven's wearing an interesting outfit, I think she's going to be in the Amazons. Of course, Dick Grayson is the main focus of the story here. He is full-blown Nightwing. But Bruce Wayne is alluding that he's going to die.
It's over for me. Be a better Batman.
Whoa, maybe by the end of this season, we're actually going to see the death of Bruce Wayne, the death of Batman, and just like in the comics, Dick Grayson takes on the Batman mantle, where maybe in season 4, if they ever make season 4, he will be the Batman. Hawk, Dove, and Superboy take like a backseat through this whole thing. That's fine, because I was really looking forward to Red Hood, that story, Barbara Gordon, Nightwing, and now, the potential death of Batman storyline? That's interesting. All in all, a pretty exciting trailer. I can't wait to watch the season on August 12th. Alright, looks like Warner Brothers screened The Suicide Squad to a lot of critics tonight, and they had social media reactions. I'm going to highlight the few that I've seen on timeline. Eric Davis said this: I had the best time watching The Suicide Squad. It is a swing for the fences kind of comic book movie, and I love that. It's big, bold, and visually stunning. You will see James Gunn's horror roots splattered all over this thing. It's violent, but hilarious, angry, but also very sweet. Robert Garcia: The Suicide Squad is such a fun, violent, and entertaining film that feels like a perfectly balanced mix of blood, comedy, and heart. James Gunn is a genius and takes full advantage of the hard R rating. This is definitely not a movie for kids. Includes 2 post-credit scenes. Oh, 2 post-credit scenes. Wow, okay. Carol Warner says, so this skeptic loved The Suicide Squad. It is balls to the wall bonkers in very entertaining ways. For example, if you're wondering whether James Gunn and the super rad Suicide Squad cast would truly go there with the material and the R rating, indeed they do. Kirsten says, The Suicide Squad is probably the wildest, wackiest, bloodiest comic book movie I've ever seen. Very clear they let James Gunn run wild and not hold back. Definitely gives Harley one of her best scenes, period. Now, a lot of reactions are saying it's very bloody, very gory, it's very hard R, not for kids, and they actually praise a lot of the cast and the characters. In fact, a lot of the critics say Margot Robbie is great as Harley Quinn, Idris Elba is great as Bloodsport, and they all pick their own favorites. Some say the King Shark is their favorite, Ratcatcher 2 is their favorite, Polka Dot Man is their favorite. It's like each critic, each person that watched this took away their own favorite cast of characters. I guess it's a good sign that the reactions are out this early and screenings are taking place this early, when we still got about a few more weeks to go till August 6th when The Suicide Squad comes out. And in recent interviews, James Gunn seems to imply that he's going to be done with Marvel after Guardians of the Galaxy 3. He loved Todd Phillips' The Joker, he's excited for Matt Reeves' The Batman, and he talked about how DC has great single runs like The Dark Knight Returns, The Watchmen, etc. To me, it solidifies that he's coming back for DC, and Warner Bros. Is probably going to let him do whatever he wants to do from here on out. Okay, Deadline today talked about how Henry Cavill nailed another project, and this time it's called The Rosie Project. It's a romantic comedy, yes, and I'm not going to really talk about that at all, but the fact that they've actually confirmed another exclusive from Giant Freakin Robot. Yeah, Giant Freakin Robot, exclusive. Henry Cavill starring in an adaptation of novel The Rosie Project, and they beat deadline to that, which is the second in a row that I've seen that they've actually confirmed an exclusive from Giant Freakin Robot. The other one was Henry Cavill teaming up with Bryan Cranston for a spy movie, which we now know is Matthew Vaughn Argyle. So I went back to look at the recent DC exclusives that they had, and this one showed up. Giant Freakin Robot has learned that Michael Keaton signed a deal for at least 3 additional movies at DC, which is something we kind of heard before, that he'd probably have a multiple deal with Warner Brothers, with DC, in order for him to come back as Batman in the Flash movie. But 3 additional? Now, I was thinking maybe just 2, maybe just the Flash and the Batgirl. But now they're saying that it's Flash plus other 3 Batman appearances. I'm like, what could that be? So the article is thinking that the second Batman appearance will be probably another Flash sequel. That leaves 2 more, which one could definitely be the Batgirl movie that's going over on HBO Max. No, not that type of interaction with Batman and Batgirl, please. No. Probably him mentoring the Batgirl for the DCEU. Then what's the last one? Well, the last one everybody pretty much wants, Batman Beyond. Now, before we've heard that Batman Beyond and Batgirl was going to be a single movie. Now I'm thinking it's differently. Maybe it's Batgirl and Batman Beyond, in which they could have their own Batgirl film over on HBO Max, and they're going to actually do an actual Batman Beyond adaptation with Terry McGinnis coming in as the new Batman. That would make a lot more sense than trying to combine Batgirl and Batman Beyond. I would rather have it separated so that each can tell their own individual stories. So if the 4th movie is Batman Beyond, that would definitely satisfy all those Batman Beyond fans that wanted a live action film. But where would that take place? I'm thinking if Batman, Michael Keaton's own Batman, runs away from the Burtonverse and goes into the regular DCU to mentor their heroes from now on, then he's going to leave Gotham kind of with no hero to take over. That's when I think Batman Beyond will come in and Terry McGinnis will be trained to be the Batman for that story. Perhaps all this happens before Flash even comes into the world and picks up Michael Keaton's Batman. That the Flash is going to be kind of this pivotal moment where it expands and actually branches off all these timelines, all these variants. Kind of like Loki series, where Loki at the end, this is a big spoiler, but this is what happens to Loki. He kind of goes in